This video is not financial advice. Welcome to tracking my Bitcoin portfolio, day 59. I own the same amount of Bitcoin, but it's now worth $26,320.20, which is down $800.81 since yesterday. Now I'm going to go into these comments. Okay, this person said, I've had the same struggles trying to explain Bitcoin to people and it goes in one ear and out the other. You are 100% correct in advising people to build conviction before buying into an asset just because we tell them to do so. Keep up the consistency. I listen to YouTube while I work and I have accidentally listened to your ramblings all morning. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm very vocal about building your conviction, building your understanding. The reason why is because if you're someone who doesn't build up your technical understanding, maybe you'll lose your seed phrase. Obviously, that's something that you need to keep. You need to write down correctly and keep in the same place. So you have to build up that understanding in that particular way. If you have it in an exchange, maybe you don't really understand how exchanges work and it goes out of business like we've seen in the past, and you lose all your Bitcoin. That's something that you need to build up your understanding. Like, how do I store my own keys? How do I actually take control of the Bitcoin? And there's also a conviction. You have to build up your conviction. What is this asset? Okay, so in order to understand what Bitcoin is, okay, well, what is money? How did money originate? What's the history of money? So you have to understand that. Okay, what's fiat currency, or how did the gold standard fail? Why did gold fail as money? Okay, so why are we on a fiat standard? Okay, what's quantitative easing? How does the government bail out large banks when they go bankrupt? Is that fair? Is that fair that the government can just create currency out of thin air and give it to people who made bad bets? Is that how a free market is supposed to work? What's the natural state of the economy? Is the natural state of the economy actually deflationary from advancements in technology? Well, it is. So those are things that you have to understand. So if the natural state of the economy is deflationary, why are prices rising? Interesting. What about capital gains taxes? Is it fair that fiat currency is going to continue to go down over a long period of time? So I invest in an investment, it goes up, represented in fiat currency. I decide to sell, and I'm supposed to pay capital gains taxes that aren't inflation adjusted capital gains taxes. Is that a fair system, or is that a system working against me? A system built to work against me? Steal from the poor, give to the rich. So those are things that you have to think about, and those are just some things that I've went over, though, but there's more. There's even more to that. So if you want to understand Bitcoin, you have to dive in to all these different things and build up your conviction. So when the price goes down, yes, there is volatility. This is not a straightforward, it's just going to go up. There has to be volatility. Okay? That's how it is. Okay? There has to be uncertainty. There has to be people that don't understand it, that sell. It's too risky. It's too difficult. I can't hold on to this investment. What if it keeps going down? There has to be pain. Okay, that's actually how it's supposed to be. Okay, but if you have a long-term view, like imagine 20 years from now. Okay, 20 years from now, people are going to be like, oh, I wish I invested 10 years ago. And that's 10 years into the future from where we are now. So it's just when you start adding year after year, decade after decade, like, oh man, like things, in my opinion, things start to change. Like everyone has such a short-term view. Like, what's the price going to be a year from now, 2 years from now? Like, what's the price going to be like 20 years from now, 30 years from now? Like Bitcoin's only been a thing for what, like 17 years? So you can hold on to an investment, Bitcoin, for 20 years, and that 20 years is longer than the lifespan of Bitcoin is right now. It's only been alive for like 17 years. So yeah, you have to add a long-term view, in my opinion. But yeah, thank you for your comment. Yeah, definitely don't tell people to invest into Bitcoin if they don't understand it. You have to tell them to invest their time into understanding what Bitcoin is, understand what money is, understand how businesses work, understand how fiat currency works, things like that. But thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. Okay, this person said, do you invest 100% of funds to Bitcoin, or do you invest in other assets like the stock market, gold, etc.? Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. I am 100% in Bitcoin, but I am not against the stock market. Like, we live in a society where there needs to be companies that provide goods and services to other people. So there's nothing wrong, with the stock market. There's nothing wrong with investing in collectibles. There's nothing wrong with investing into metals. There's nothing wrong in investing into real estate. We live in a society where everything complements each other. Okay, imagine if there were no roads, how valuable would cars be? Okay, imagine if there were no cars, how valuable would roads be? So everything complements each other. We need housing. We need companies. We need precious metals. There's no one best investment, but I believe that's if we're talking about Bitcoin as a global monetary network, so we're talking about money. Okay, how essential is money? Okay, in an advanced technological society, I would argue it's vital. Okay, but imagine if there were no housing. Imagine if there was no infrastructure. Okay, how valuable is Bitcoin? Okay, it's not valuable. There needs to be infrastructure. There needs to be people working on other things. So that's what I would say is that I'm very pro Bitcoin. I think it is a huge asymmetric investment that most people don't really understand. But there are other things in society that matter. Like, we need houses, we need buildings, we need roads, we need all this infrastructure. We need other people. Like, we need trade with countries. Lumber, oil, gold. So yeah, I'm not against other investments, but I believe that Bitcoin is money, and I believe that plays a vital role in a technologically advanced society. So that's why I invest into Bitcoin. I believe that it's just a huge asymmetric investment that most people don't really understand. Most people don't have a long-term view, that they're kind of just pricing it right now, day to day, month to month. What's the price going to be 10 years from now? 20 years from now? We're talking about a global monetary network that's perfectly scarce, that we've never seen anything like it in all of human history. So that's why I invest in Bitcoin. But thank you for your comment. This person said, when you announce your up or down amounts from yesterday at the beginning of your videos, can you also include up or down from your cost basis? How much you're up or down compared to what it costed you to acquire those amounts of Bitcoin? Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. I do not have my cost basis, but I can 100% assure you that I am down. Okay, guaranteed, I am definitely down. The reason why I don't have my cost basis is because I buy pretty regularly, and I've also used different exchanges to buy. So it's hard for me to actually give you an exact number. Like, this is how much I'm down, because this is my average buy. But I can assure you that I am down. But with that being said, I do plan on holding this for decades and being consistent over a long period of time. So I would like to ask you, like, do you think that the Bitcoin price is going to be down 10 years from now? From where it's at now, 20 years from now? So you have to kind of think of it like that. And if you're someone who's anti-Bitcoin, then obviously you would say yes. And if you disagree with my philosophy, then you can explain why. Going past, oh, it's down, Bitcoin's down. Okay, well, like, why is Bitcoin going to fail 10 years from now? Why is something perfectly scarce going to fail 20 years from now? Why is this global monetary network going to fail? Because it's a Ponzi scheme. Okay, well, the code, it's open source. So how is it a Ponzi scheme? Okay, well, it's Satoshi Nakamoto. He has 1 million Bitcoin. Okay, well, why does he have that Bitcoin? Oh, it's because he had to secure the network. Okay, so how else was he supposed to create something and secure the network when no one else knew what it was? So, like, if you want to have a debate, we can have a debate, but just, you have to go farther than the price is down. So that's why it's about an investment. That's shallow. In my opinion, that's very shallow. I'm holding this over decades. But yeah, that's just, if you disagree with me, that's fine. But yeah, so that's why I don't have my cost basis, because I don't know what it is, but I'm down. 100% I am down. But thank you for your comment. This person said, respect the asset. You're already well ahead of most older than you. Keep stacking sats and stay blessed. Yeah, that's in reference to like Bitcoin treasury companies. Like, you're taking, in my opinion, you're taking on too much risk if you invest into Bitcoin treasury companies. Like, Bitcoin is the innovation. It's something that we've never seen before, a global monetary network that's digital, which is better than gold because gold is centralizing. In order to speed up gold, you have to trust in a central custodian, which causes corruption because you always have to trust. It always leads to trust. Gold leads to a more you have to trust more in order to speed up gold, so which causes centralization, which causes corruption. So we've never seen something that's truly decentralized and truly trustless, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why you have to respect the asset. There's no such thing as amplified Bitcoin. A lot of these treasury companies, they say we have amplified Bitcoin. There's no such thing. There's Bitcoin, and then there's things built on top of Bitcoin that take on more risk. There's financial instruments, depending on what it is. Maybe some of them are more low risk, but if we're talking about MSTR, that is a that you're taking on more risk. I wouldn't invest a penny into MSTR. I buy the global monetary network, okay, which is Bitcoin, and I self-custody so that no one has control over my money. So I opt out of a broken system and join a new system that's fair and just for everyone. I don't like the fiat standard. I don't like the government debasing the currency and bailing out banks whenever there's a financial crisis. I don't think that's fair. I don't think stealing from the poor via creating new currency causing inflation, giving that new currency to the rich and powerful, I don't think that that's fair, and that's the foundation of the system. So I'm going to opt out of a broken system. I also don't like capital gains taxes. Why should I have to pay capital gains taxes when it's not inflation adjusted capital gains taxes? Why should I have to pay any capital gains taxes when I'm investing with money that's already been taxed? Explain that to me. Explain to me why I have to pay all these taxes, okay? When I've already paid taxes on that money, okay? And then you want me to go and pay more taxes represented in fiat currency being debased, and it's not inflation adjusted taxes? Yeah, that's a system designed to work against you. So just opt out of a broken system and stay in a system that is actually fair. And if the government disagrees with you, if the government says, no, you can't do that, you can't do that. Oh, okay, well, I actually don't care about your opinion because you can't freeze my funds. So why don't you go create some policies that actually matter? Because I don't really care what you say. Okay, I'll just leave the country. I'll just store all of my economic energy in something that you can't freeze, and I'll just go leave the country. No, but we want you to stay in this system. We want to siphon out economic energy from this system and give it to the rich and powerful. That's what we want to do. No, I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine. But yeah, thank you for your comment. Okay, this person said, man, I feel that. I have talked so much crap on LLMs. If they ever gain robotic form, I'm gonna have to start blasting them. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. This person said, I like that. I like the cut of your jib. I have no idea what that means, but thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. This person said, maybe you should add a better title and thumbnail to get more clicks and grow faster. Title could be about the best question / answer plus a thumbnail that match it. Example, is Bitcoin ETF going to run Bitcoin? Day 58, tracking my folio. About this actual question, I agree. Protocol can't be controlled, but I still think that institutions replacing whales retail with different mentality might trigger a BTC that won't be the money of the people. Retail's getting screwed again. Okay, thank you for your comment. So the reason why I don't sorry, let me just, my chair, I don't have a comfortable chair. But okay, the reason why I don't have a nice thumbnail and a nice title is because I'm not a clickbait person. When you look at videos today, it's all clickbait. It's all this stupid clickbait nonsense. And that's not what I'm about. And I'm going to build a foundation from a non-clickbait, non-nonsense model. Okay, so when you see my videos and you see this stupid thumbnail that doesn't look good, just know that this is a non-clickbait, nonsense content. Okay, I'm not about all this clickbait. Click on my video. Please click on my video. I have this garbage content. Bitcoin's gonna go to $1 million. Woo, woo, click on my video. That's not what I'm about. I'm about long-term consistency. Okay? And if you're not about that, then go watch your sports game. Go watch sports ball. Go bet on that sports game. Woo, he just scored a goal. Yeah, he just scored a, yeah, good. Are you on the team? Are you on the team? Oh, you're not on the team, so you're not gaining anything from that. Okay, cool. Go watch your sports ball. Okay, I'm about long-term consistency. Okay, but yeah, so that's why I don't do that. I just, it's just I'm not a clickbait guy. That's not who I am. Okay, but right here you talked about how BTC won't be money for the people potentially if large institutions keep on like replacing retail, or large institutions having more control over Bitcoin. There are things to think about, but it all comes back to what I said in my last video. Like, is the Bitcoin blockchain going to stay decentralized? Is it going to stay secure? I believe that those things are true. There are things to think about. 100%, a 51% attack, quantum computing, things like that. But in my opinion, I believe it will still stay decentralized and secure. So if I am right in that analysis, then we're talking about a global monetary network. The natural state of the economy is deflationary. Fiat currency is going to continue to get debased indefinitely. And Bitcoin will dematerialize other investments that are being used as money. And more digitally native people will continue to become older, and more older people will die, and money will get passed down to more digitally native people that have a higher probability of understanding Bitcoin. So, like, I just think that this is a huge asymmetric investment, even more than the internet. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying it's something to think about. But yeah, thank you for your comment. Starting to believe Bitcoin has failed as a network, too complex and imaginary for the normal person. Um, yeah, I'd have to disagree with you. Like, obviously the price is going down, but I believe over a long period of time it will continue to go back up. But if we're talking about the network has failed, it's too complex and imaginary for the normal person. So I guess when you say that, you're talking about most people aren't gonna self custody their Bitcoin and learn how Bitcoin works. And I would say that's true. Like, most people aren't going to self custody their Bitcoin. They're going to trust a central authority. But what I will say is the Bitcoin blockchain going to stay decentralized, and is it going to stay secure? Okay. Okay, if I'm someone that doesn't want to trust a central authority, I don't want to trust the government, okay, for whatever reason, and I'm not saying I'm a bad person, but for whatever reason, and I go and I invest all my money into Bitcoin and self custody, okay, since the Bitcoin blockchain is decentralized, since it's secure, it doesn't really matter if there are large institutions that have a lot of users, because the base layer is still decentralized and secure. I can go and I can send a transaction. No one can stop me. Okay. So that's my opinion. But like, yeah, there are things to think about. Most people aren't going to self custody their Bitcoin, but as long as the Bitcoin blockchain is decentralized and secure, the people who do want to opt out of a broken system, they can, and they can transact outside of this system. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for your comment. Okay, this person said, hey, I'm on the exact same journey, stacking as much as possibly while documenting it. I'm up to 0.44 Bitcoin, but my average is 98,000. I started a year ago when Bitcoin was at 74,000. I bought all the way up to 126,000, so my average is a little higher than I would like. I don't think it will make much difference in 30 years' time, though. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would say, like, if you've built up your conviction, you've built up your understanding, you're prepared to hold it over a long period of time in self custody. I think that's definitely the strategy. Not financial advice, but I'm just kind of talking. But that's good for you. Like, obviously the price, it's supposed to be volatile. It's not supposed to be a straight line going up. If it were to be that easy, everyone would be a billionaire. Okay, you just invest in this and it goes up. Okay, it's supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be questionable. It's supposed to make people rethink themselves. Oh, what if it keeps on going down? What if it keeps on going down? Okay, it's supposed to shake people out. It's supposed to make people think. It's not supposed to be easy. Okay, it's supposed to be go over a long period of time. Okay, consistency over a long period of time to get all the average people that just want to gamble. They just want quick gains. They need to get shook out of their position. Okay, that's what it's about. Okay, consistency over a long period of time, and staying humble and not being a rude person. That's what it's all about. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you guys for all of your comments. I appreciate all of your comments. If you disagree with anything I say, you can comment it down below. If you want to add to anything I say, you can comment it down below. I'll try and answer as best as I can in a video. Now I'm going to go into how much money I made from my chess YouTube channel on May 30th, $5.14. So just consistency over a long period of time. You know, maybe it will go up, maybe chess will become more popular, it'll start to go up, you know, like you never know. But regardless, just consistency over a long period of time. I also wanted to show you this right here. So when I make chess videos, there's free space above me, and so I just decided just to start saying ad space, kind of as like a joke, but like some people have bought it. But I recently, instead of it being $10, I changed it to 10,000 sats. And the reason why I changed it is because PayPal didn't let me like open like a business account. Like I sent them my driver's license and they were like, oh, sorry, we're gonna deactivate your account or whatever. So it's just like, you know what, PayPal? I don't need you, PayPal. I don't need you. All these stupid companies where you send money, you have to connect to your bank account, you have to ask for permission. Am I allowed to send this much money? Is there a minimum? Am I allowed to send money, PayPal? I'm sick of it. Okay? So I'm going to completely go onto a Bitcoin standard in this particular way, and I'm only accepting Bitcoin. So obviously I'm not someone who runs a multi-million-dollar company and, you know, I only accept Bitcoin and I'm like a huge influence in the Bitcoin community. Obviously that is not me, but for what it's worth, if you want to buy an ad on my chess videos, I only accept Bitcoin. I don't care if someone has fiat currency. I don't want it. Okay, I don't want it. I'm sick of these stupid services where you have to ask permission. Like, oh, can I send this amount? Am I a good citizen today? Like, it's annoying. So I only accept Bitcoin. And so if someone were to be like, hey, like I have fiat currency, I don't even want it. Don't even want it. Okay, so you know, I practice what I preach. You know, I practice what I preach, and I'm adopting a Bitcoin standard. I only accept Bitcoin for advertisements on my chess videos. Okay, and in the future, you know, if I am right about Bitcoin, we're gonna start to see more and more people that only accept Bitcoin. They don't want fiat currency. They don't want something that's being debased by the government. And inflation is compounding. They don't really want that. But yeah, so I just want to let you guys know that. Okay, what's more painful than the Bitcoin price dropping? So what's more painful? Okay, I'll let you think about that. Okay, time's up. It's the Bitcoin price stagnating over a long period of time. Yeah. Think of the 2022 bear market where Bitcoin obviously dropped a lot, and month after month after month, it just did nothing. That's what it's about. That is what it's all about. Is it just doing nothing over a long period of time? And your long period of time has to be longer than the Bitcoin price long period of time. That's painful. That gets people questioning, oh, it's dead. It's dead. Oh my God, Bitcoin's dead. I'm going to go gamble. That's what it's about. You have to be consistent over a long period of time, even longer than the bear market. And the bear market lasts months. We're talking month after month of it doing literally nothing. Okay. And if I were to take a guess, that's probably where we're going. Like we could drop more without a doubt, but in my opinion, eventually we're going to find a bottom and it's just going to do nothing. Oh, it's just going to do nothing. And that's just going to be great because it's just going to be maximum pain, you know? And so I look forward to just stacking sats. I look forward to stacking so much sats over a long period of time. It's not even funny, guys. It's not even funny. And continue to make these videos. And all of the media, oh, Bitcoin's dead. It's dead. It should be up. If it was a good investment, it should be up. It should just be up. No, that's not how it works. You have to shake out all the people that don't know what they're buying. They don't really understand it. And you got to shake them out, kick them to the curb. Because when it does go up, there only has to be the strongest people with the best conviction, the best understanding, the smart money, the people actually know what's happening. So yeah, that's what I would say. If you disagree with that, comment it down below. Now I'm going to go into the raw investing. So I need to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within 365 days. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Once you subscribe, it helps me monetize this channel. Once I monetize this channel, I'm basically monetizing my Bitcoin portfolio. So please subscribe. It really means a lot. But I don't really have anything else to say for today. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.